Hello, this is Scott Moore of the First Lone Scouts of the Baden-Powell Service Association, and today we're going to talk about Tenderfoot requirement number 4, which is to know the United States flag, its composition, history, how to fly it, and folding of the American flag. The composition of the American flag is based on the number of original colonies and the number of current states in the Union. Currently, the United States flag has 13 horizontal red and white stripes, with the top and bottom stripes being red. And in the upper left canton of the flag, a blue field populated by 50 upward pointing white 5-point stars, one to represent each of the current 50 states, where the 13 stripes represent each one of the original 13 colonies. This has not always been our flag, of course. In 1776, when the Declaration of Independence was signed, the original flag, known as the Continental Colors, had the familiar 13 rows or 13 stripes of red and white, but the upper left canton, instead of being a blue field of stars, was actually a modified version of the British flag, the Union Jack. In 1777, the Continental Congress passed a law saying that the United States flag would be 13 stripes, one representing each of the original 13 colonies, alternating red and white, and that the upper left canton was to be a blue field with a series of 13 white upward pointing 5-point stars, one representing each of the original colonies. And specifically it mentioned that this was supposed to represent a new constellation. What they did not specify was the actual layout of this constellation. So there were actually several different versions of the 13-starred United States flag. The one that was in most official use, the stars were arranged in rows, similar to how the stars are arranged currently on the United States flag. But there are other versions as well. The famous Betty Ross flag actually had 13 stars, but they were in a circle. That kept in use until 1795. 1795, the United States added 2 additional states. Those 2 states caused the number of stars as well as the number of stripes to go up to 15. So it has not always been 13 stripes on the United States flag. In 1795, starting then, we actually had 15 stars and 15 stripes. In 1814, during the War of 1812, when Francis Scott Key wrote the Star-Spangled Banner, the flag he was actually looking at had 15 stripes on it, as well as 15 stars, the one that flew over Fort McHenry. In 1818, under President Monroe, the flag was changed so that the number of stripes would stay at 13, one representing each of the original colonies, and the number of stars in the upper left blue canton would change depending on the number of states. That stayed in place, and that was pretty much used until today. The modifications that were made since then, in 1912, under President Taft, they did fix the proportion and the size, the relative size of the different sections of the American flag. In 1959, we went from a 48-state union to a 49-state union. So the number of stars went up to 49. That only lasted for a single year. And in 1960, the flag officially changed to the 50 stars and stripes that we know now under President Eisenhower. How to fly a United States flag? There are many different guidelines and stipulations on how the flag can be flown, where, when, and how. The flag may be flown upside down as a signal of distress. The flag may be flown only at half-mast in a situation of national mourning. It so happens today is Memorial Day. According to the United States flag laws, the flag is supposed to be flown at half-mast, but only until noon on Memorial Day. When a flag is flown at half-mast, the flag is raised to the top of the flagpole, paused for a second, and then brought down to half-mast. When it's brought down from half-mast, the same thing is true. When you go to lower the flag, from half-mast, it's brought to the very top just for a second, and then it's gradually lowered down. When you hoist or bring down a flag, there should be 2 people involved. When raising a flag, one person would be holding onto the flag while it's being attached to the clips to the rope to go up. When one person is pulling the flag up, the other one should be saluting the flag. When it's being lowered, the same thing. One person will be lowering it using the ropes. Another person should be saluting, and when the flag gets to the bottom, it should be gathered so it does not touch the ground. It is considered disrespectful to let the flag touch the earth. Other guidelines on flying the flag. Flags should not be flown at night unless there is a light shining on the flag at all times. There are certain areas that this is not standard procedure. The White House, any border crossings in the United States, and there are several other locations as well, are allowed by decree of the President to fly a flag 24 hours. So they do not have to take the flags down at night. There are certain places in the country as well where a flag is perpetually flown at half-mast. The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, Arlington Cemetery, the remains of the USS Arizona in Hawaii from World War II. Those sites have a United States flag that is perpetually flown at half-mast. Let's see, I think that's it about how to fly a flag. To talk about how to fold a flag, usually requires two people. I should say it always requires two people to do it correctly. Since I'm here by myself, I can explain it. Lengthwise, the flag is stretched out, so you have one person at each end. The flag is folded in half so that the stripes are on top. The flag is then folded again, so now it's in quarters, so the blue field is on top. Starting with the far end of the flag opposite the blue canton, the flag is folded in triangles down to the far end of the canton. When you get to the end of the flag, you should have nothing but blue showing on the flag. If there is a hem on the flag for where it is attached to a rope to be raised, if the flag is folded correctly, that hem can come over and be tucked into the opening fold on the other side of the flag. When that is done, there should be nothing shown on the flag except blue and the stripes. There should be, or I'm sorry, blue and the stars. There should be none of the red or white stripes visible on a properly folded flag.